JBNN keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones. Before we get into the news, please remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and share the news with someone today. Now onto the news. Over 1,000 rounds of ammo seized in St. Mary. More than 1,000 rounds of ammunition were seized by the St. Mary police during an operation in the Castletown area of the parish on Thursday. The police did not indicate whether or not an arrest was made in connection to the massive seizure. During the operation in Devon Pen, the lawmen seized 591 rounds of 12-gauge cartridges, 318 rounds of .38, 78 live 9mm rounds and 2 spent casings, 76 rounds of .45, 11 rounds of 5.56, 7 rounds of 7.62, 4 rounds of .22, 1 round of .303, 9 firearm magazines. These operations form part of the continued efforts by the police to disrupt the trafficking and the storage of illegal weapons and ammunition in the parish. Anyone with information that can assist the police with this ongoing investigation is urged to call the Port Maria Police at 876-333-9530 or 876-999-4222 or Crime Stop at 311. Teen held with ammo in St. Anne. An 18-year-old man was arrested by the St. Anne police after he was allegedly held with several rounds of ammunition in the parish on Wednesday. Reports are that at about 9:30 a.m., the police went on a walk through Pedro River, Monique, St. Anne, when he was accosted and searched. The police say 16 rounds of cartridges and a spent 9mm casing was found in his possession. The Claremont police are investigating the matter. Clarendon man charged with murder of Ochore's retiree found strangled at his home. A 23-year-old Clarendon man was on Tuesday charged by the police in St. Anne in connection with the November 2024 murder of a 72-year-old retiree who was tied up, strangled, and robbed at his home in Pyramid Point, Ochore's. He is Malik Hepburn of Butner in Maypen. Killed was Alan Rattigan, who was found dead by his caregiver on Monday, November 18, 2024. Reports from the Sentence Bay police are that around 10 p.m., Rattigan's caregiver stumbled upon his body with his hands and feet bound. A report was made to the police, and Rattigan was taken to hospital where his death was confirmed. According to the police, further investigations revealed that Rattigan had invited Hepburn and 4 other men to his home. During the visit, an altercation reportedly developed, during which Rattigan was allegedly strangled. An undetermined quantity of jewelry, a pair of shoes, and a mobile phone belonging to Rattigan were reportedly stolen during the incident. Hepburn was arrested and later charged following a question and answer session in the presence of 2 justices of the peace on Tuesday, April 8. His court date is being finalized. 2 people stabbed during an altercation at Manchester Bus Park. The Manchester police have charged a man on Tuesday with allegedly stabbing another man and a woman at a bus park in the parish on Friday. Charges 42-year-old Richard Wilson of Park Crescent, Manchester. Reports from the Mandeville police are that at about 8 p.m., a man was called to the bus park by the woman. Wilson later got into an altercation with the man, during which Wilson used an instrument to inflict the wounds to the man and the woman, which bled. The police were alerted, and both victims were taken to hospital, where they were admitted in serious but stable condition. An investigation was launched, and Wilson was subsequently arrested and taken into custody. On April 8, he was charged with wounding with intent. His court date is being finalized. Police constables and ex-cop accused of using fake drug case to solicit money from Trelawney woman. 3 police officers and a former serving member of the Jamaica Constabulary Force accused of soliciting money and using a fake document to deceive a Trelawney woman that she was being investigated for drug trafficking, were each offered $2 million bail on Thursday. The defendants were charged on Tuesday with facilitating the commission of a serious offense by a criminal organization, forgery, uttering forged documents, and perverting the course of justice. They were granted bail by Justice Satan Pusey in the Home Circuit Court. The accused are James Dawes, a former detective sergeant, former detective Corporal Tamala Anderson, former detective Constable Shane Givens, and Constable Akari Barrett. All were attached to the police's Firearms and Narcotics Investigation Division. Except for Barrett, the other accused have since resigned from the force. As part of their bail conditions, the defendants are prohibited from being seen in Trelawney and must report to the police 3 times per week. Stop orders have also been imposed, and they were ordered to surrender all travel documents. Attorneys at law Chadwick Barrett and Christopher Townsend are representing the accused, who are scheduled to return to court on May 21. According to allegations, in 2023, the four officers approached the complainant with a document claiming that she was suspected of drug trafficking and she was taken into custody and detained. Shortly afterward, the complainant's mother alleged she received a call from a policeman who stated that her daughter would be released if money was paid. The complainant was later released without being charged. It has been alleged that the document presented to the woman regarding the drug trafficking case was fake. A subsequent complaint was made to the police's Inspectorate and the Professional Standards Oversight Bureau, which launched an investigation. It was reportedly discovered that the four accused had prepared the forged document used to release the woman from custody.
So, Senior Soup, tell me what's happening in the great parish of St. James.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon. I'm Carlos Russell. I'm a Senior Superintendent. I'm the Commanding Officer for the St. James Division. I'm happy to report to you, sir, that there has been a significant improvement as it relates to crimes in St. James, as also the fear of crime has been reduced significantly. As it relates to the statistics, sir, we have seen that at present now we are 16 murders compared to 41 for the previous year, which is a 61% reduction. This reduction has started from last year. If you should put the quarters on a graph, you'd see a downward trajectory. Last year, the first quarter for last year, there were 40 murders. The second quarter, there was 33. The third quarter, there was 29. And the fourth quarter, there was 23 murders. And the first quarter of this year was 13 murders, which is a significant low for the parish of St. James. When you go on the streets, the citizens, they are saying that they feel much safer now in St. James, and we are continuing our operation targeting the gangsters, and the fight against the gangs will continue. The latcher scam operations, we are also conducting those, and the general interpersonal conflicts, we are dealing with those also through our CSS and other station activities. So the work continues, sir.
Well, let me commend the team in St. James for the incredible work that you have done. It's wonderful, the report that you have given, that you are down 61%.
Yes, sir.
Year to date.
That's correct, sir.
That's amazing. And nationally, we are down about 36% almost. Now, we have never experienced this in the last 30 years, that we have had a sustained reduction in murders, shootings, and serious crime. So it's clear that the police force is doing something different, obviously, but you are also building on the gains, because this would be the third year in which you would be experiencing significant reductions in murders. So I want to commend you and at the same time encourage you to keep up the pressure on the gangs, because the gangs are the main contributing factor to serious crimes in this parish. And every effort must be made to dismantle the gangs. I was very disappointed. I was actually overseas and read in a report that there was a drive-by shooting in a community.
Yes, sir.
And I also saw where the police responded very quickly in ensuring that those who were responsible were interdicted. Unfortunately, they were killed. But the truth is that, and I have said it before and I'll say it again, that the police force is very well trained. The police force is very strategic in what it is doing. And we emphasize, indeed, the government insists that the police force, the JCF, use appropriate force, and that there is no hint of anything extrajudicial.
That's also.
And I am certain that in the conduct of the operations, that this is followed.
Yes, sir. And as it relates to human rights, this is something that we emphasize with our officers. And we do not want anyone to lose life. And we always say to these criminals that when we come, that they need to surrender to us so that they can have their day in court. Unfortunately, some of these guys don't want to have their day in court and want to challenge us. But our officers, as you said earlier, so they are well trained. So if they engage us, they will lose.
And that's something that I support, I endorse, and I wish to use this opportunity to appeal to everyone, all the citizens of St. James, that if we work together, if we support the police, we can bring down the murder rate significantly, even below the 61% reduction that we have. But for those persons who are vested in breaking the law, those criminals, you should know, as Senior Superintendent has said, if you challenge the police, you will not win. So if you get into a confrontation with the police, surrender. That is your best option. Face a judge. Otherwise, you will face your maker.
To go below 100 murders for this year for St. James. That has never happened in over 20 odd years for St. James. And we are shooting for that for this year, to go below 100 murders for the parish of St. James.
I know you'll make it.
We will, sir.
Keep up the good work.
JBN will keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.